Florida Sports Radio.
560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
This is Dick Cheney. I like to relax by having Mary Magdalene massage my balls while listening to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
At 560 WQAM. George is with us today for a while.
Yeah, I'm actually sitting on
payroll.
Steph's lap right now. It's pretty.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sitting on Steph's lap.
Well, don't tell anybody about it.
I just did. I told everybody.
Some guy in Homestead says there's one Texas Day Brazil in South Beach, one at Dolphin Mall, and it's one of 790's deals. Yeah, I didn't think it was one of ours. It says it's the only one they can sell, so they run it over and over again under the guise of backed by popular demand. Love you, Neil. Hey, George. Some guy in Homestead.
Yo, yo.
Hey, George.
Hey.
Lanny and Kendall says the phrase 2 cents worth or 2 bits worth came from an old practice of requiring a small fee for expressing an opinion, according to a UK website. By the way, I usually listen to you on the radio, but when the storms cause static on AM, I switch to your live feed for static-free reception, says Lanny and Kendall. Okay, Lanny. And Joe says, what a treat. You don't know what you've got until it's gone. You made my weekend, George, but since I don't have a vagina, I'll offer you a drink from my gringo self, and I don't want your cell number. You're a blue chip in a sea of cow chips. You rock, George, says Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
I would have thought that the phones would have lit up like a Christmas tree. Of course, they can't because they don't roll over and they're all screwed up when you came on. Wouldn't you have thought?
I would have thought, but...
Look how are you doing on this poll. You got 34% of all the votes on there.
All right.
How's the show? They missed George.
All right.
And here's George sitting right there in our screwed-up studio.
On Steph's lap.
On Steph's lap, on our engineer's lap. WQAM, hello.
I miss you, George.
Yeah, uh-huh. QAM, hello.
You think I missed that?
No. QAM.
Hey, Neil, how you doing, buddy?
Okay.
Welcome back, George. It's very nice to hear your voice. I feel like a schoolgirl. But anyway, Neil, you talking about the ice and the damn urinals that you were peeing on. I went to this place the other day. It must have been about 3 feet high. Looked like Mount Everest.
Really?
Surprised it didn't have a Sherpa to guide me.
That ought to give you like a stepladder so you can climb up on top of the stepladder and pee down on the ice.
Oh, I could have a Sherpa and a mule carry me to the top as well. It would help, but ridiculous. As for Kaufman, that woman over on 850.
Joyce Kaufman, yes?
I don't know which is more annoying, her voice or her views, man. I'd rather hear Geldy speak for 2 hours in a damn room about chicken frogs.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. But that's about it. I just want
Okay, well, don't be knocking him because George might be working with her pretty soon. So.
Yeah, she's great.
And you're full of crap.
I never heard her.
You never heard her?
No, I've heard of her.
Joyce Kaufman? Oy vey, they love her in Palm Beach.
Great. She's great. That's what I heard.
Well, Adam Oshmuck, who's annoying, chronic. Neil, on the stream, I keep hearing spots for the QAM on-air auction. Flea knows about that. Do you plan on auctioning off anything of yours? Could be kind of fun. I'd buy an old schmata of yours for like $8, says Adam. Did you catch the Jonas Brothers on Letterman last night? God, they suck. No, I did not. I don't watch Letterman. Hey, by the way, Adam.
You fairy.
Go away. Don't go away, man. Just go away already. Now, are you looking? Are you able to see the phone where you're sitting now?
Yeah.
And you see the way it's ringing?
Uh-huh.
Spastic?
Sure.
Spastic. Although we did discover that toll-free number, yesterday we had a call from Tennessee.
Ooh.
And then we had that jerk from Connecticut, that Tony, the UPS driver that I keep trying to get rid of. He called from Connecticut. So it works all over the country, allegedly. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, it is.
It's exciting.
Yeah, just in time for me to not be here.
QAM, hello.
Yeah. Neil?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Okay.
I just wanted to say, George is still there, right?
Yeah, he's here.
I'm still here.
I just wanted to say that when he first came on the air, I used to turn him off every time he came on when you were gone. And I started to listen to him, and then slowly, over the years, he just evolved into a different type of guy on the radio, to the point, and I'll keep this short, to the point that when he got thrown off the air, I was ready to fight for him to keep his job.
Yeah, kind of fighting. I might need some still.
Huh?
Like goon fighting, like axe handle fighting?
Well, just whatever it took to keep your job.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what happened. And hopefully you can get back or do something else.
Somewhere. Trying to get on somewhere.
He gets on the air anywhere, I'll be here promoting the hell out of it, even if he's on from 10 to 2.
Yeah, because when you left, everybody enjoyed you, especially when you had the chicks in the studio with you.
I enjoyed those shows, too.
Yeah.
Okay, pal.
Tell those chicks I said hello.
So I got it all figured out.
No, George doesn't share, I'm sure of that.
See, I want the 2 to 6 day part because, first of all, I've always wanted that. When I was a music DJ, I was afternoon drive, and I really liked it.
Oh, I hate that day part.
I love that day part. I want afternoon drive, do the traffic reports, crap like that. But then you can promote me all during your show,
right?
And then I come on right afterwards, and everybody's happy. All I need is somebody that'll put me on there. Seems pretty simple. I got all these sponsors.
Do you? How many?
I got a lot. I got about 14. I'm waiting for...
I would think that Steve Lappa would lap that up because, man, they are cash poor in that place. God, they can use the cash.
They seem to be afraid of money. It's a weird thing I'm encountering. Like, hey, we know that you're a big name.
James Crystal Radio. Is his name James Crystal? Is that the guy's name?
No. I just found out his name the other day, and I can't remember it.
Some guy in Houston. I can't think of his name. But at any rate, he's just loaded.
Yeah?
Flea would probably know. Does Flea know?
Do you know the guy that owns James Crystal? No.
Norma knows. Norma knows because Norma does business with him because that's his level, But that guy's loaded, and they're always everybody's poor. We're in a depression. Well, people are beating around the bush, but we're in a depression, not a recession. It's a freaking depression.
I've got people willing to spend money on a show if I should get one. I've got a few more people writing emails, working on their letters as we speak. Could still use some more. So Jorge at the George Rodriguez Show or the same Neil Rogers address. It all works.
QAM, hello.
Is George in there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's here.
Enrico L. from Cuba.
Oh, God. But you know something? That's the first time he's ever called and said something other than WQAM. He said something else. Oh! Isn't that great?
Yeah.
You're bringing out the best in these people, man, the greatest talent.
Oh, yeah.
And the phones were shut off for 8 months on this show, as you know. And Monday I opened them up, and they're all still there. The Gargler is there, and the Quarter Schlot guy is there, and the Chronics are there. They're all still there. 8 months later. Oh, and you know what? It's past noon, and Flea is... now, can Flea get to the computer, or are you, taking up his spot?
Well, I'm in his spot. Otherwise, we would be sitting in the same spot.
Climb over him.
What?
Because we need to see those numbers. Well, because this new Arbitron crap, this baloney, which we can't say the name of it on the air, is so bogus, we're doing our own survey, and that is the people listening online on the QM website.
Okay.
Which it changes every 10 minutes.
Okay.
And we're comparing to the rest of the day, and we just blow them away on any given day.
How about if he does it during the break?
You can't climb over your lap now and do it?
Yeah, Cass. Here, climb over my lap.
You're a little guy. Two little guys.
Thing he wants. By the way, it's
James
Hilliard is the.
James Hilliard, that's the guy. He owns the Houston basketball team or something like that. I don't know. He's something.
Well, he never heard of me, so he's listening to recordings of me hosting the show apparently as we speak.
My God.
That's where I'm at with those people.
What's the story, Flea?
He's still looking.
12 noon.
Firefox is updating. Maybe after the break. During the break, you'll get it.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not.
Are you sure?
Okay, let's take another call from George while we're waiting for Flea to get his crap together. WQAM, hello.
Hello there.
Yes, sir.
Stan Major. Talking about Stan Major.
We don't want Stan Major, okay? We're not interested in Stan Major. We don't care about Stan Major. Nobody knows who the hell that is, and he still owes me that money. In fact, if he would pay me the money back, I'd give it to George.
All right. Hey, Stan.
Yeah, Stan, come on by the station, Stan. Give George $2,000 plus interest for 20-some years. What year would that have been?
Good Lord, I don't know, 20.
80, 88, 21 years ago. Figure out the interest on $2,000 for 20 years.
412 listeners.
412. That's pretty much what we got every day, although Friday is you know this, I don't know why, but Friday is always a little bit down as compared to the other weekdays. I don't know why. Always.
Me either.
412, and what do they have this morning at whatever time you said, Flea? 120?
He can't hear you at all.
Oh, they had 120 at 8 o'clock this morning. We've got 412 now.
Yeah.
You following this? And
no.
He said the graph, there's a chart on there, just like the ratings graphs we used to get.
Mm-hmm. I see it. It's very colorful. It's very pretty. It looks like a rainbow bumper sticker there.
What?
Very gay, the graph. It's a very gay-looking graph.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah.
And you see the big finger sticking up in the middle?
Right. Peaks at noon every day.
That's the message from George to Joe Bell and the Beasleys.
By the way,
don't be knocking Joe and the Beasleys now. You're blaming everybody else for all your problems. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
No, everybody's like Frosted Flakes. They're great.
You're full of crap. You harbor such hostility, and you know what? And rightfully so.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go again.
On South Florida's Sports Leader, 560 QA.
Now at the Home Depot, get special deferred financing store-wide.
Might as well face it, you're addicted to Bud. Might as well blaze it, you're addicted to Bud. Might as well face it, you're addicted to Bud.
12:17 at 560 WQAM. We got George Rodriguez, the one and only, with us today for a little while. How long are you going to stick around? Till about 2:30?
Well, this thing has another hour and then some to transfer all the files over. So.
Oh, so it's working?
Yeah, finally Steph came in and got it to work, and now we're transferring. So you'll have all of the Jonas Brothers, all of Luis Miguel, all of the classic oldies.
Oh, please don't tell me the Jonas Brothers are on there.
All at Lee's fingertips right here, anything you want.
And
then
the Jonas Brothers.
Finally I get to delete it from my hard drive.
I wouldn't mind having Joey Jonas at my fingertips, but not the music. And I use the term music loosely. Anyway, I forwarded to you on the Neil Rogers thing, George at neilrogers.com.
Oh, he sent me the original also. I never. Is that an actual radio station, or are these people on the dial?
Evidently. I don't know. I never heard of it.
Neither. All right. I'll, look into it.
I think that oh, no, that's probably the wrong callers. I think it's WPBR.
Okay.
But anyway, you got the phone numbers, right?
Like Palm Beach Radio? Yeah, I got the email from you, and
there you go.
Send it to you. Thank you.
So let's find George a job, and let's bring him a bag of money, and let's pat him on the back and say, oh, boy, you sure are missed. Take a look at that poll. My God. 623 votes. And, of course, Flea, this isn't a shot at Flea, but nevertheless.
He can't hear you anyway. Go ahead, say it.
Good. Rip him in the ass. We're laughing at you, Flea. No, he's been fine. He's not you, but he's been fine. You know what I mean?
We're still friends. He's a good guy.
I know that. I know. He took your job for free.
For Flea?
624 votes on the poll. What's your take on the show? I miss George. 221. 35.4% miss George. Well over a third. I love the calls being back, 76. Oh, yeah, me too. And it's really depressing to sit here and see. It looks like nobody's calling because the way this phone thing is all screwed up. They just don't roll over.
Oh, well, I know some people like that.
Yeah, they won't roll over.
Damn it.
The show is fine, 67. It's okay, 63. It's great, 48. It's weak, 47. What show, 44? 7%. Those are the people who go to the website and vote on the poll, but they don't listen to the show, and they don't even know the show is on, probably.
Sure.
We've always had that.
I don't believe it.
It's compelling, 37, and it's a disaster, only 21. It's compelling, 37. Oh! That's what your buddy Jolly Joe says. We got to do compelling radio. Now, are you familiar with the Ding Dong School we're going to be starting?
No.
Oh.
That's news to me. Please, tell them.
We're going to be doing Ding Dong School when Clarence is back from his honeymoon.
With Clarence? He's going to be teaching the class?
Me and Flea and Clarence every Tuesday and Thursday during the summertime at 2:15.
All right.
I don't want to say that somebody in management overreacted to his arbitron, his point this and point that, but he did. Yeah. Ding Dong School, okay? Ding Dong School.
That's
with Clarence.
Rich. That's funny.
With a sports nerd who never did a non-sports talk show in his life. He's going to be doing Ding Dong School with us. And we've also got a consultant over and above Walt Sable, Chris somebody, I forgot what his name was.
Maybe you'll learn how to do a talk show.
Right, that's
Finally,
the idea.
Once and for all, you'll learn how to do this thing here.
Nobody wants to hear about how Joyce and I and the Beasleys are ruining your show. Nobody wants to hear about the weekly rating numbers. Nobody wants,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just hostile and psychotic. That's what I've been getting since you got canned. Hostile.
I'm still trying to wrap myself around the Ding Dong School thing, because we used to make fun of the people that would have to do that, because,
right, like Rick and Spud. They used to have to do Ding Dong School.
Ranieri, they all did. Everybody except for you.
And how about the morning show here, the worst team? Didn't they used to have to do Ding Dong School?
All the time.
Joe and Geldy and Mifo?
Which, of course, cracks me up, because, Clarence, I had to teach him how to edit tape. That was one of the first things that I did when I came over here as production director.
Are you knocking Clarence now?
No, I'm not knocking him at all. I'm just saying that he didn't know anything about radio. Not like now.
He just came back from his honeymoon.
Well, congratulations. To somebody.
And he'll be back Monday, and I'll be on vacation Monday, so we won't be able to do... and I'm hearing that Flea might have to do Ding Dong School every day while I'm not here, you know. Maybe during the summertime I'm going to, come in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, not to do the show, but like at 2:15, so I don't miss out on Ding Dong School. Now, how do you do a Ding Dong School on a show that's based on stream of consciousness? I don't know. We don't do guests, we don't do topics.
I'm sure.
How do you do that?
I'm sure that Clarence has a lot to say to you, and and you have a lot to learn from him.
Woo! Kevin says, now today is compelling radio. That's the way it should be. George, back with you. Well, can I tell you? If you would work for free, they'd put you on every day.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm kind of offering that to people, and they're like, I don't know. Sounds too good.
Really? Tell them you want $500,000.
Okay.
Then maybe they'll hire you. Barry McCockner says, I'm glad to hear George is back. Sounds great. I'm optimistic he'll get in somewhere. I'm looking forward to hearing his compelling radio. Does the new rating system's name that you can't mention on the air rhyme with Purple People Eater? Yeah, as a matter of fact, it does, yeah. Purple People Eater. Meter Reader. Oh, it's just so ridiculous. It's just insane that we went from a 6.7 in the winter book to a 0.2 in April.
By the way, another thing that I think is funny that since I'm not there anymore, besides the emails that I get from people saying nice things like we miss you and things like that, I'm still getting emails from people complaining about something as if it's my job to do something about it. Still,
like the online,
like whatever you name it, it's still my job to deal with it. I'm still I guess people are creatures of habit. They're still emailing me like I'm supposed to do something about it.
QAM, hello.
And I have to email them back saying not my job.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I just want to say welcome back, George, and good luck and whatever you do. And you're really smart, and you're going to get something.
Why are you whispering?
At work.
Maybe somebody's listening to him.
Oh, you're at work? Okay.
Yeah.
Get back to work.
Yeah, I'm going to get
He's
something
at work.
already.
There's a gentleman took time out from his busy day at work to call and welcome you back, at least for a day. I look at that phone. Well, on Monday when we started with the phone thing, it was really depressing. Remember the day downstairs?
Oh, yeah.
On the second floor in the old building? Years ago, and I'm giving out the numbers and screaming and yelling and nothing would happen. Then we found out the phones weren't working.
Right.
It's the Beasley effing way, man.
They're
nothing
great.
Works. Huh?
They're great.
They are great. Yeah, they really are. They're the best. And it's a lot easier to complain about engineering than it is to get the work done. That's what I was told by your buddy and close pal that came in and shook your hand.
Well, that's a very good point.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to whine and complain about it than it is to get the job done. But by the end of the week, it'll all be working. How's that phone coming along? Not too good.
But this sure is a very glitzy-looking little studio here.
Is it?
There's a window. And see, this is the thing that makes me sad. For the first time in my life, I was going to have a studio with a window. Got a beautiful...
Yeah, but you don't get too excited about it because... The first day, Monday, Fleet was in there. He says to me, well, I'm looking out the window and I see Ray Perry.
Yeah.
So, things aren't as great as they first appear to be.
Back lot, you got a wonderful view of the dumpster and there's a forklift out there and everything. Nevertheless, there's a tree and the sun and you can see the sky and whether
now,
or not
it's raining. Let me ask you, this is the building that used to be the Paxson building, am I right?
Yeah.
This is where I used to have to go to pick up my checks when I was in limbo for those 7 months?
Right, the Taj Mahal.
I'll be damned. And so what's in there now besides Power and Kiss and Us? Just that?
Yeah. Ain't that enough?
No, that's more than enough. Remember we got the guided tour of that building when we first went over there?
Right. It's like a maze in here.
That little Spanish language station in a broom closet?
That's right. That's this place. I think this is the broom closet they were in.
Really?
I mean, it's a tiny, tiny little room. Still, it has a window and the equipment is all nice and new. I can't get over how crunchy this microphone sounds.
Why do you say that? Why do you keep saying it sounds
because
crunchy?
As opposed to muffled like the other one
was. You mean in the headphones? No, it sounds fine to me. You sound clear as a bell.
Any different?
And Flea said I sound queer as a bell. What? No, it doesn't sound any different. Sounds fine.
Great.
Doesn't sound crunchy. It's not snapping, crackling, or popping. WQAM, hello. He's still there. They let him out. 1226 at 560 WQAM. Let me tell you about our friends at East Coast Public Adjusters. Do you have a Hurricane Wilma claim that you'd like to reopen? Did you know that you've got 5 years to reopen any insurance claim? If you're like some of the folks in South Florida, you probably were underpaid and treated unfairly. Well, guess what? You can reopen that claim with the help of Pat and the team at East Coast Public Adjusters. For over 30 years now, East Coast Public Adjusters has represented property owners, making sure they get the most out of their claim. And the best part is they only get paid if they get you more money. There's no risk. What's not to like? They've reopened thousands of claims. They can do the same thing for you. Call them today, 305-441-0882. Whether for your home or business, East Coast Public Adjusters will get you the money you need and deserve. Call them at 305-441-0882 or go online at eastcoastpublicadjusters.com and be sure and tell them that Ancient Neil sent you by.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go again.
On South Florida's Sports Leader, 560 QAM. QAM 360. What to do and where to go.
Join WQAM Steve Goldie Goldstein and a Daily Bread Food Bank this Sunday from noon until 3 at the Hard Rock Cafe for Founders Day. We have teamed up to raise food for the South Florida homeless. And with today's economy, many families have found themselves in distress and in desperate need of help. Please bring canned food goods or money to the Hard Rock Cafe and help us do some good for the neighborhood. The Hard Rock Cafe is located inside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood.
For more information on these and all other promotions and appearances, log on to WQAM.com. Log on to WQAM.com and check out Strip Down Sports. It's hot chicks getting naked. Almost naked. Get Out of Bounds, a collection of videos with one goal, to make you laugh. It's the next best thing to hot chicks taking their clothes off. Well, most of their clothes. 560 QAM.
Red Defender, you've got to help us. Mole Man has fired his darkening missile towards the sun. It'll put the world in shadow.
Don't worry. Too late to catch the missile. I'll just fly quickly around the Earth in reverse time.
The Red Defender begins to circle the Earth faster and faster until his momentum literally changes Earth's rotation on its axis.
I'm back, citizens. No need to thank me. Strange. It's dark in the middle of the afternoon. And where is everyone? You, old man, with a flashlight.
I was young just a minute ago.
I must have gone the wrong way and sped up time. Whoops. Sorry about that.
Saving the world isn't easy. Saving a life is. Just 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives. To find out more, go to bloodsaves.com. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council.
The dog days of summer are here. This is your chance to become a lucky dog, which could land you a $300,000 doghouse.
That means a badass home, not a place for Sparky to chill in. QAM's giving you 3 ways to get registered and become one of 100 lucky dogs. Online at WQAM.com, on location during dog day appearances, and on air. Just listen for the barking dog cue to call. When you hear it, be caller 5 at 800-227-0560. And you're automatically registered. Plus, keep it locked for special dog day parties with the big dog Joe Rose and the mad dog Jim Bandage. It's the QAM Dog Days of Summer from Hooters, the original American stimulus package. Calder Racecourse, the future of racing. Eastern Financial Florida Credit Union, where high mortgage payments are down for the count. Mike Ditka Resorts, where Florida scores vacations. And Sports Radio 560 QAM. You're listening to South Florida's Sports Leader.
Florida's Sports Leader.
Where Joe Rose happens.
I'm ready to go. I've had enough coffee for you, your family, and myself.
Sometimes I say stupid things.
Wow, she is really pretty.
Oh, shh. That was dumb.
The Big Dog. Weekday mornings, 6 to 10.
Holy smokerooskies.
560 QAM. WQAM, the Hard Rock Cafe, and the Daily Bread Food Bank are teaming up to do some good for the neighborhood. And we need your help.
All this week, we'll be conducting an on-air auction of sports and music memorabilia, with the proceeds benefiting the Daily Bread Food Bank, which feeds the South Florida homeless.
With today's economy, more and more families are finding themselves in dire need.
Tune into the Big Dog for sports-related items, like a Dan Marino autographed football, and to the Big O for some great rock items, including a Motley Crue autographed guitar.
It's a charity Rock and Jock Week on Sports Radio 560.
WQAM.
Miami Dolphins and Miami Hurricanes play on South Florida's Sports Leader.
560 QAM.
Were you drudge packing?
Prices at the pump and upward. In some local areas, they've officially reached record highs this morning.
And no question about it, it's really starting to take a financial toll on drivers.
Way back when, in 67,
Boy, this must be serious.
cheap cost of fuel at the pump was divine.
Come on, Paso Beaver.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh, well, that's great.
Smells nice, too.
Now I can't afford it. It's really killing.
Now we'll never be able to afford my lip injections. That's inhumane.
I get heart failure. I can't believe my eyes. 419. For regular romantic. I can't fill up at all. Won't drive anymore till the prices fall.
I think we're out of gas.
They can't afford to pay for it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, in honor of George visiting with us today, I'm opening up a big bottle of
Champagne?
Fresca.
Oh.
Oh. Well, I'm out of my Coke Zero.
Okay.
And I know how much you dislike Coke Zero. It tastes almost like Tab, doesn't it?
I don't like Coke, period.
I don't either, but they didn't have no caffeine-free Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
Had no speaking English.
That's my thing. Although I've been drinking more water lately. It's cheaper.
A couple of caustic emails here in the pile, which is fine. One from Marilyn. Marilyn says, I hope I'm not discerning a pattern in your relationship vis-a-vis Joe Bell, Joyce Fitch when it comes to your working arrangements. No, you're not, Marilyn. You're just a psychotic bitch. What usually happens is you get on the air and talk about how you're not giving in to them, and you pretend to be Butch Boss, and then later on, you fold. For example, salary cut and George. If past history is any indication, I'll hear you every day in the summer, and I know depending on Norman Elliott, Kent is an exercise in futility. And as Tom Jicka said, there's not a contract that can't be abrogated. And I heard Joe suggest you should come back to Miami, so I'm sure before the year is out, you'll be back in Broward full time, says Marilyn. No, I will not be back in Broward, and number two, I will not be on during the summer on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you cared about the show, you'd work more during the summer. Can you imagine anybody even saying that to you with a straight face?
No.
I don't know if he had a straight face when he wrote it, but he did write it.
Gay face.
Well, what person in their even a semblance of their right mind would do something like that?
I don't know.
Would give up a deal. I mean, that's the only part of my deal that I still got is the summer schedule, you know?
Right.
I don't know.
I won't be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Marilyn. Blow it out your ugly ass, sweetie. Oh, you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. You're going to be back in Broward. Yeah, sure.
But what if they say during Ding Dong School that it's what you should do?
Oh, well, if they say it during Ding Dong School, I might have to reconsider. You still can't get over that, can you?
I'm not going to get over that. I'm stunned.
Now, let me ask you this question. I mean, because you've seen this pattern. I mean, first they blow you out, and then they're like going to micromanage the show and having a nervous breakdown about these bogus numbers.
Right.
Don't you see the pattern here?
I do. I saw it before.
Yeah.
Based on they just really don't like attention and ratings and, well, I guess the ratings now, you know. That thing.
What are you saying?
That thing, that they're going to use that as an excuse. But I've never had any doubt in my mind that they wanted to get you aggravated enough to leave.
Well, it's not going to happen. I'm here. I'm here today, and after the vacation next week, I'll be back the following Tuesday. Not Monday, Marilyn. Tuesday.
Now, when does Ding Dong School start next? Like when you get back from vacation?
Yeah, the first Tuesday when I come back. So
I can't wait to hear the new and improved Neil Rogers show after that first Ding Dong School session.
Our first guest is going to be Ira Windbag. Oh! I mean, everybody knows that what they've done to the Mad Dog show is, put the guest on. Isn't he the one that always said along with me that guests are killer?
He did.
Show killer.
Now, are you going to have a notebook? Are you going to take notes during Ding Dong?
I'm going out today. I'm glad you mentioned that. I almost forgot. I'm going to go out right at 2 o'clock and get me a spiral notebook. Like going back to school. Well, it is school. It's Ding Dong school. I'm bringing the ding, and I hear Clarence is bringing the,
No, that's not what I heard.
Oh, really?
I heard he's
been busy. He's been on his honeymoon.
Good for him.
WQAM, hello.
I miss George. Come back.
Okay.
Yeah, boy, do I miss that.
Was that enough to make you want to come back?
Uh-huh.
WQAM, hello.
Man, I just wanted to say I'm stoked to hear George back on the radio.
Oh, bless you.
Damn.
Bless you.
Scared the hell out of me with headphones on. That's really loud.
Sorry, bro. Yeah, man, I just wanted to say I'm glad to hear you back.
Well, good, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Short and sweet and to the point. Brett says Neil's been exposed. For starters, the reason why George hasn't had any offers is pretty apparent. He has no talent, unless you consider being a Neil Yes Man a talent. How do you like that? A shot?
Yes.
You've been in here less than an hour and already you got a nasty, hateful shot.
Shut-ins.
As for Sid, it's funny to hear you guys constantly bash him. If not for some of Sid's off-air issues, he would still be working in the #1 media market in the world. But, of course, you never let the facts get in the way of a good story. He still works with Imus and has done a ton of stuff with Howard Stern, too, including hosting a Stern special on Howard TV last summer. His show was always packed with great and relevant guests, and he's very funny. That's why nobody listened to him when he had that morning show across the street. And that's why he keeps getting canned everywhere he goes. Because he's very relevant and very funny. And he'll be joining us soon.
Yes.
Walter Sabo says, since George has 14 clients, George can now charge each client $1,000 a month at a gross of $14,000 a month. George can now follow Neil at 2 p.m. on neilrogers.com. The anticipated average quarter hour is $1,000 to $3,000. Yeah, Walter's trying to put together this concept of...
Great.
We do the show online.
Would love to hear more. No, seriously. I was thinking, everybody, I've gotten so many emails. Oh, you should do a podcast, Be happy to do a podcast. How do you make money doing a podcast?
I have no idea.
Well, I'd like to know that if Walter Sabo has
Walter
an idea.
should let us know.
Be
how
happy
you
to talk about that. And say hi to my good
it.
friend Harry Valentine while you're at it, Walter.
Yeah, Harry Penis Valentine.
That's right.
He evidently is up there listening, too. We're auditioning for the people at Sirius.
Serious?
Yeah, the fake Greg Budell started that.
Oh, yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh, have Norm call. They're willing to pay $50,000 a year to simulcast
Just remember, because I was having a couple of conversations with Lee. We were going over some rumors that that came in via email and calls and things like that. If you hear it, it's wrong. If it was an email, it's wrong. If a caller said it, it's wrong. And by the way, my salary, every time that somebody mentions what I was making, it was wrong. Like on that poll.
Oh, Gus says, what is George doing back? He's guesting on the show. He's making a guest appearance. That's
I'm
what he's
transferring
doing,
files, and there's no other place to sit while you do that than right here.
What's he doing back? You know, this audience, they don't know what they want.
Nice chair. What did we do with the old ones?
Like they used to say, I mean, you remember these calls? Oh, can't you guys talk about something interesting? I don't like what you're talking about. And then we would say, what is it you would rather hear? Oh, anything other than what you're talking about. Sour and nasty. That, Maryland, is one of the main reasons I will not be doing the shows in South Florida, at any price, under any circumstances, no matter how many ding-dongs Clarence brings in. John says, will George showing up on Fridays become a regular Friday feature like Spick and Suds was?
No.
He says no.
No.
Although Joe offered to, very magnanimously to let you come in and appear on the show for free anytime you want. For free.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll come on again to promote my show somewhere else when I get one.
Okay. QAM, hello.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
How you doing, everybody? I have a question I want to ask you. I'm a little pissed off and tired about two things, and I can't change it. They changed the size of ice cream containers. You don't get a half gallon anymore. And if you watch a lot of TV, if you have a pathetic life, there's more dark complected people and like on news, weather, the Weather Channel, everywhere. But I guess maybe before you didn't notice it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay. More dark complected people on there. These are his problems. Let's see. Lisa says, yesterday I heard on 94.3 they were talking about needing a program director. They would extend an open invitation to him to contact them. Please let him know.
Yeah, I got a call from Terry Griffin. Thank you, Terry.
Nick and Marty from Batavia said, "This really miss you, George."
Aww.
Terry said what?
That there was an opening for a program director up there in Orlando, like on Real Radio or somewhere like that. And, once upon a time in my life...
94.3 is not Real Radio. This is in Palm Beach
this is a
County.
different one. Okay, like I said.
Isn't
once upon a time.
Isn't that the Buzz?
Maybe.
ZZR or something? I don't know what it is.
Once upon a time, I might have considered being a program director. Not anymore.
Why not?
Because I want to do a show.
What if a program director makes more money than you could conduct Ding Dong School?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wherever you go.
Yeah, if they offered me the program director job here, I'd take it.
Now, I'm curious. I guess I'm going to be able to do it in the studio. They can just...
Yeah.
What? Yeah, as opposed to on the phone. On the phone is very cumbersome, but Flea will be on the other end and I'll be on this end and Clarence will be in there somewhere. What? conducting Ding Dong School. You might want to come and be a witness.
Oh, can I please?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
Well, here we go again. On South Florida's sports leader, 560 QA.
And now for the bonus round. If Jack and Jill went up the hill, where did Fred go?
Milwaukee.
Correct. If Jane is older than Dan, and Dan is older than Ed, how old am I?
41 on Wednesday?
Correct.
Yes.
How many movies has Netflix delivered so far?
Over 2 billion.
Correct. Netflix. Rent as many movies as you want for only $8.99 a month. No late fees ever. Start your free trial today. Netflix.
See terms of use.
You're listening to South Florida's sports leader.
South Florida's sports leader.
Where Orlando Elzagari happens.
I do have a problem with a guy that's a cheater. And this is the message you're sending the kids now. That it's all right to cheat because you can get to records and you're going to be allowed to go to the All-Star game.
The Big O. Afternoons 2 to 4.
That's bogus.
560 QAM. Jim Mandich is on.
South Florida's sports leader.
Late in a game, in the playoffs, a slight breeze sends Kobe to the line. He gets the calls. You got to go all the way back to Michael Jordan.
Weekday afternoons 4 to 7, 560 QAM. QAM 360. What to do and where to go.
Join WQAM today from 5 until 7 at the Pines Hooters for a Dog Days of Summer party. Come out to get registered to become a lucky dog and for a shot at that $300,000 house. All that and QAM prizes too. Hooters located on the southeast corner of Pines and University in Pembroke Pines.
For more information on these and all other promotions and appearances, log on to WQAM.com. Log on to WQAM.com and check out Strip Down Sports. It's hot chicks getting naked. Almost naked. Get Out of Bounds, a collection of videos with one goal, to make you laugh. It's the next best thing to hot chicks taking their clothes off. Well, most of their clothes. 560 QAM.
We've been married a year.
Yep, and in business together for 2 months.
Oh, it's a big move for us, starting a business and everything.
And for our future 9 children.
Oh, our future 2 children.
Look, there are lots of worries of starting a business, but creating an emergency preparedness plan shouldn't be one of them.
Yeah, we needed a plan in case of fire, flood, or cyber attack. I mean, how would we get the business back up and running?
Because without the business, we could never afford baseball mitts for the 9 kids.
We went to Ready.gov and downloaded everything we needed to create a plan. I mean, Ready.gov has free templates, checklists, and more.
Yeah, without Ready.gov, I could easily get old before my time. With a furrowed brow, a nervous twitch.
But because of Ready.gov, we have one less thing to worry about.
Droopy shoulders.
Oh, stop it.
Go to Ready.gov for details on creating an emergency preparedness plan. Ready.gov. Becoming a success is hard work. Protecting it isn't. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Ad Council, and this station.
And now for the bonus round. If I'm your uncle's cousin's nephew, who am I?
Michael's mother.
Correct. What's the sound of one hand clapping?
Mungo.
Correct. How many DVDs can you rent from Netflix for only $8.99 a month?
As many as you want.
Correct. Netflix. Over 2 billion movies delivered so far. And now the ability to watch some movies instantly on your TV for no additional monthly fee. Start your free trial today. Netflix.
See terms of use.
The dog days of summer are here. This is your chance to become a lucky dog, which could land you a $300,000 doghouse. That means a badass home, not a place for Sparky to chill in. QAM's giving you 3 ways to get registered to become one of 100 lucky dogs. Online at WQAM.com, on location during dog day appearances, and on air. Just listen for the barking dog cue to call. When you hear it, be caller 5 at 800-227-0560. And you're automatically registered. Plus, keep it locked for special dog day parties with the big dog Joe Rose and the mad dog Jim Mandich. It's the QAM Dog Days of Summer from Hooters, the original American stimulus package. Calder Racecourse, the future of racing. Eastern Financial Florida Credit Union, where high mortgage payments are down for the count. Mike Ditka Resorts, where Florida scores vacations. And Sports Radio 560 QAM. We know South Florida sports.
That's why we are South Florida's sports leader. 560 QAM.
George, eres el cojonudo de QAM.
Absolutely.
George Jorge Rodriguez, big producer guy. uncircumcised. George Jorge Rodriguez, cryptic son of a bitch. Don't give him no shit. With the boss like Neil, he's got a great deal. Free food and a brand new set of wheels. If you got the balls to give him a call, just remember that he won't take your crap. He's George Jorge Rodriguez, clean as he can be. You won't find no cheese. Don't give him no.
QAM, what do you want?
George Jorge Rodriguez, cryptic son of a bitch.
Oh. 14 to 1 at 560 WQAM. So are you eating like a lot of free meals these days or what?
About as many as I used to.
As you
yeah,
can?
still, sure.
And what about
like
pizza off last night?
Last night, had a free pizza party for my girls. They're going away.
Well, that's one thing about Ponytail. He'll always feed you for free.
He's a sweetheart. He's on the list. He's one of the people. He's going to spend money on me if someone would like some. If a radio station would like some advertising.
Well, who wouldn't like some?
People I'm talking to. They're just not as excited as you would think that a station would be.
Lawrence says, glad to hear, great to hear George on the radio, even if it's just a little bit today. Hope you find what you're looking for, George, whatever that means.
A job.
How about guesting on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during the summer? Just kidding. Just to make Joe Bell PO'd. Well, you wouldn't want to do that.
For a fee, not for a free.
No, he ain't going to pay you.
I know. He doesn't want to pay anybody. He doesn't want to pay you. He's still scheming.
Oh, I know that.
Still trying something. He's still
what?
there. He's still scheming. You can feel it, can't you? I'm pretty sure that's what that ding-dong school thing is all about.
Of course. It's like an endurance contest, but there's one thing he keeps forgetting, and I've said it many times. You've heard me say it over the years. I'm a survivor. I got 4.5 years to go, and I plan on being here every day that I'm supposed to be. Oh, no. If you cared about the show.
So is there a date? I want to put it on the calendar. The first Neil Rogers show after Ding Dong School, the new and improved
It'll
Neil
be on
Rogers show.
Thursday, whatever the date is. 2 weeks from yesterday.
Okay.
25th.
A banner day.
Thursday, June 25th. Mark it on your calendars. That'll be the first Neil Rogers show after our first Ding Dong School with Clarence on Tuesday the 23rd at 2:15 p.m. What?
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear what the changes are going to be.
Barry Jackass says, it's good to hear George again. I reported weeks ago that Steve White and Howard Davis wanted to hire George, spelled Higher, but needed approval from Lincoln Financial. The approval has not happened yet. Ask George if he met Hawk.
Yeah, he came to the horse track that one time. But not in the building.
Oh, you didn't meet him at the station?
No. Good guy from what everyone says.
He is obsessed with this show. Obsessed.
This is what I hear.
Steve White was hoping George could do the morning show, what Hawk has done for Lebby. George Sedano and Crystal are struggling in the morning, says Barry. No kidding, Barry.
No, remember what I told you.
What?
If it's on an email or a phone call, if you hear it, it's wrong. That's wrong.
So they're not struggling in the morning?
No, I don't know about that, but that was never part of the discussion. Me in the mornings was never a discussion.
Really?
That's wrong.
Well, that would be a good idea, though.
Maybe, but nevertheless.
I think it would be a great idea.
Sure, I'll take it.
You could be to that show what Hawk is to a bastard.
Yeah. But
did
again,
did you meet Levitt
wrong. No.
Because he's been ripping me a big ass the last couple of days.
Well, you probably deserve it. You're a bad man.
I mean, sure I do, because I'm all done. I'm washed up.
That's right. But once those lessons start.
Oh, well, once we get the Ding Dong School going, then I'm going to be dynamite. Oh, yeah, you'll see. I'm going to be better than ever. Mary says, I'm listening online, just got in and thought it was a rerun show when I heard George. It's great to hear him. I live in North Carolina. I wonder if George would consider a move here. We need any kind of non-religious talk radio here. Oh, yeah, you'd make a lot of money up there in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there aren't any people and there aren't any sponsors.
I speak the lingo.
There's no commerce out by where your place is in North Carolina.
We'll
is
sell
there?
spots to possums.
No, seriously, is there any commerce? Are there stores and?
Nope, just a little shack here and there, little bar
shack.
by the side of the road.
Oh, Shaq is there. Shaq. Maybe you could cut in on some of his action with that icy sleeve. 412 people listening at noon and 120 at 8 o'clock this morning. Now, doesn't that tell you that those Arbitron numbers are right?
Right.
And you can look at that graph on there, that chart, and then, anybody who's been in the business or near the business or ever owned a radio can understand that very simply. But nevertheless. Oh, no, you've got your 24th and your demo in the market. If you cared about the show, you would... Oh, boy. I should save a collection of those emails.
You should.
The ramblings of a crazy person. Derek Sanderson says, I know the callers are a pain for you, and a few of them are entertaining, but mostly the way you respond is laugh-out-loud stuff much of the time. I just don't like the way this phone is working now. If it ever works right, and Flea threatens that it's going to work right one of these days soon,
yeah,
that would be nice. But like line 1 through 7, 1 is the only one that rings. QAM, hello. And see, there's nobody on there. That's the out-of-town line. And in town, they call on that one, too. It says, Flea seems to be coming into his own, although I still won't listen unless you're on, and George still sucks, at least when he was on without you. I admit I need to get a life, but I'm addicted to Neil God. Go Penguins. Oh, brother. How do you like that?
Yeah.
You come in and offer your services for free, and all these people, oh, we miss George so bad, and the emails and the callers, a lot of negative crap. Hostility.
What a surprise.
Yeah, what a shock in South Florida. 677 votes, and boy, you're kicking ass. What's your take on the show? I miss George, 240 votes. 35.5% of all the votes say they...
So I got an idea.
Yes?
Since we know what Clarence's email address is. Listeners can email their suggestions to Clarence about how you should change the show and what you should do new and different. Maybe you'll listen to him.
Say that again?
Listeners can email their suggestions about what changes should be made to the show to Clarence so that he can bring them up during Ding Dong School. And you can go over them.
Or we could bring back that great, very popular segment, Ask the Program Director.
Yeah.
Not. Oh, this is just sad. Vince, great to hear George. Sorry to be a nudge about the tune Moist Towelette George opened with from time to time. Any chance of hearing it? I don't even know what it is.
It's under Moist Towelette. It's not so much...
It's under Moist Towelette?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Not in my thing.
Sure it is.
No, it is not.
It's under Moist.
I got nothing under Moist. I got Most.
I could play it. I see it in here.
Well, it's in your DCS. It's not in mine.
Want me to play it?
How long is it?
It's 133.
Okay, go ahead and give it a spin.
Moist. Towelette. Moist. Towelette. Moist. Towelette. Moist. Towelette. Does it make me gay? If I'm clean and neat, there's olive oil all over the place. He rubs it on his feet. Moist. Towelette. Moist. Towelette. I keep one in my wallet, in the pouch where my rubber is stored. The rubber's been there since I got it, at the Gag Shop Comedy Store. Moist. Towelette. Moist. Towelette. I use them on a toilet seat until it glows. And as a filter for my nose, 'cause people stink, you know. I use it on the desk, on the monitor glass, and it doesn't miss a lick when I wipe it on my ass. Moist. Towelette. Moist. Towelette. Moist. Towelette. Can I go home now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. What?
That was it?
That's it. That was it. I didn't say it was great. I just said I had it.
Okay, let's see these things here. One from Walter Sabo, which I'm beginning to doubt it's the real one. See, the real one had his logo and all the stuff on the bottom.
Yeah, anybody can get those.
Anybody can cut and paste that. Yeah, I know.
That's right.
Yeah, but he sent one yesterday about the new Arbitron system that was pretty revealing. It was interesting. That only like a radio person would know. But at any rate, he says, Internet radio listenership has increased by 30% this year. I'll do a partnership with George, his 14 sponsors, and the 2 to 5 p.m. time slot on neilrogers.com. But reply or forward if interested.
Yeah. That's just 14 that I have printed up right now. I've got about 4 people I'm waiting to hear back from. So.
Yeah. You want me to forward this to you or not?
Yeah, sure. I doubt it's the real person, too. I mean, and that's really easy to verify. We could pick up the phone and call Walter Sabo or Harry Valentine.
Now, why do you keep mentioning Harry Valentine?
Because they're together, and I worked with Harry when he was the PD. I was assistant PD, and we were chummy. Kind of like Lee and Joe.
You were the assistant PD?
Yeah, for the year that we were at Paxson.
I never knew that.
I ran the joint. Yeah, they gave me a desk with a computer on it. I got to share an office with promotions.
You were the assistant PD?
That's right, the executive producer.
Oh, my God.
It's on my resume, baby. My big, fat resume. It's really nice reading. Oh, this is really nice. This is really impressive. I don't know. We're going to have to discuss this. No, I've never had to endure ding-dong school. Yet.
It's going to be really...
God almighty, I want to be here for that. I want to be here. I want to be a fly on the wall.
I can't find my first email from Walter Sabo, which led me to believe it was really him, because it had all the stuff at the bottom of the page, which, like you said, anybody can cut and paste it.
Sure.
I don't know. But he's the kind of guy that would, stick his nose in here and try to, muscle in and create a problem like he did for Jerry Williams, who, by the way, is still dead.
Oh, Neil! You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go again.
On South Florida's Sports Leader, 560 QA.
You're listening to South Florida's Sports Leader.
South Florida's Sports Leader.
Where Joe Rose happens.
I'm a character guy. A little bit of a prima donna. A little bit of a diva. What the hell's Joe Rose doing now? I will not tug a guy, but I will kiss a man.
The Big Dog. Weekday mornings, 6 to 10.
Oh, boy.
560 QAM.
If you're not listening to the Big O, then you're missing out on these great guests.
Tim Kirchner from ESPN. Any shot our Florida Marlins will be in the shopping mode.
I don't think the Marlins are going to get anyone of significance, as we know they're a small market team, not a lot of money to deal with, and they have to be a solid contender who needs that one player to get them into the playoffs, and I don't think they're in that position.
Orlando Alzagari, weekday afternoons 2 to 4, 560 QAM.
You're listening to South Florida's Sports Leader.
South Florida's Sports Leader.
Where Jim Mandich happens.
But I'm not from Weenieville. I'm not from Sissyland, okay? You got to butch up and you got to compete. I am waist deep in a toilet.
The Mad Dog.
Because I don't trust one of those bastards. They are in the water. They are peeing.
Weekday afternoons, 4 to 7.
All right.
560 QAM.
QAM 360. What to do and where to go.
Join WQAM Steve Goldstein and a Daily Bread Food Bank this Sunday from noon until 3 at the Hard Rock Cafe for Founders Day. We have teamed up to raise food for the South Florida homeless. And with today's economy, many families have found themselves in distress and in desperate need of help. Please bring canned food goods or money to the Hard Rock Cafe and help us do some good for the neighborhood. The Hard Rock Cafe is located inside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood.
For more information on these and all other promotions and appearances, log on to WQAM.com. Log on to WQAM.com and check out Strip Down Sports. It's hot chicks getting naked. Almost naked. Get Out of Bounds, a collection of videos with one goal, to make you laugh. It's the next best thing to hot chicks taking their clothes off. Well, most of their clothes. 560 QAM.
WQAM, the Hard Rock Cafe and the Daily Bread Food Bank are teaming up to do some good for the neighborhood. And we need your help.
All this week, we'll be conducting an on-air auction of sports and music memorabilia, with the proceeds benefiting the Daily Bread Food Bank, which feeds the South Florida homeless.
With today's economy, more and more families are finding themselves in dire need.
Tune into the Big Dog for sports-related items, like a Dan Marino autographed football, and to the Big O for some great rock items, including a Motley Crue autographed guitar.
It's a charity Rock and Jock Week on Sports Radio 560.
WQAM.
The dog days of summer are here. This is your chance to become a lucky dog, which could land you a $300,000 doghouse. That means a badass home, not a place for Sparky to chill in. QAM's giving you 3 ways to get registered to become one of 100 lucky dogs. Online at WQAM.com, on location during dog day appearances, and on air. Just listen for the barking dog cue to call. When you hear it, be caller 5 at 800-227-0560. and you're automatically registered. Plus, keep it locked for special Dog Day parties with the Big Dog Joe Rose and the Mad Dog Jim Mandich. It's the QAM Dog Days of Summer from Hooters, the original American stimulus package. Calder Racecourse, the future of racing. Eastern Financial Florida Credit Union, where high mortgage payments are down for the count. Mike Ditka Resorts, where Florida scores vacations. And Sports Radio 560 QAM.
You're listening to South Florida Sports Leader.
560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
It's the 1 to 2 hour.
I'm Chris Matthews, playing hardball on MSNBC. I feel as giddy as a college schoolgirl who's wearing a skirt and those trampy thigh highs, and the wind just blew over my coochie. Even though the economy is dismal and our world seems to be crumbling, I feel exuberant and excited, like a 13-year-old girl going to see Twilight. Welcome to 3 CEOs of the automobile industry to Hardball. Got Alan Mullally at Ford, Robert Nardelli at Chrysler, and Richard Wagner at GM. Welcome to the program, gentlemen. Let's start with you, Richard. Didn't know if you realize that you're actually named after a station wagon. That's last name's Wagner. Yeah, it's like a station wagon. That's funny. No, no. I think it's funny. Maybe you don't have a sense of humor. Anyway, let's go to you, Alan. Don't you think it's funny that Richard Wagner's last name is actually from a station wagon? I know comedy. Anyway, what do you do with an elephant with 3 balls? You walk him and pinch it a giraffe. Anyway, let's go to you, Robert Nardelli of Chrysler. Probably think I'm going to ask you about the Richard Wagner name reference. I'm not going to throw you a curveball on hardball. Okay. Why is it that you guys flew on private jets in to get your big bailout money? Don't you think that says to the American people, screw you? I think it sort of says, screw you to the American people. Well, don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer in spend, but that's kind of crazy, right? Well, I'm trying to say... Although I wish I had a private plane, that way people wouldn't overhear the stupid things I say while traveling on mass transit. Let's go back to you over there, Richard Wagner. Your name reminds me of where I had sex for the first time. Get it, station wagon? Hey, are you wearing any wood paneling on your side? No. Anyway, let's talk about the big bailout you guys think you deserve. Well, thank you very much. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm trying to get an answer out of you. How do you feel about the bailout? Yeah, Chris. You really think... Go ahead. Chris, go ahead. What I'm trying to say... Let's ask Robert Nardelli the same question. Nardelli, wait a minute. It just hit me. Your name sounds like a macaroni. I think I had some vodka sauce in Nardelli last night. Well, I don't think... funny. Come on, admit it. No, knock, knock. Who's there? Banana. Banana who? Knock, knock. Banana. Knock, knock. Who's there? Who's there? Knock, knock. Orange. Orange. I'm glad I didn't say banana. I know comedy. Let's go back over to Alan Mullally of Ford. Wait a minute. You know, your name reminds me of Big Valley with Miss Barbara Stanwyck. It rhymes. Mullally's Big Valley. Of course, you could also be the chick from Will and Grace with a high squeaky voice. Don't you think it's funny? Go ahead. Listen. Go ahead. It's funny. I'm telling you, it's funny. Miss Barbara Stanwyck, Nick Heats, where we first saw $1 Million Man, right? Lee Major. It's funny. Listen, we're here. Done listening to you. Maybe they'll backtalk the host. Tune in tomorrow when my special guest will be the priest, the rabbi, and the prostitute. That's funny. Chris Matthews played hardball on MSNBC.
103 at 560 WQAM. So George is with us, and you were right.
What?
Walt Sabo says, did the real Walter Sabo ever provide quality information to you in the past? ? It says, oh, please. I'm at 100%. Anyway, I'm not Walter Sabo. I'm legit, have personal and professional references that can be verified immediately. Welcome to 2009 Internet Radio. This is some goofball trying to peddle to us this Internet radio crap. How do you like that?
Well,
what?
Is there money to be made in there?
I haven't got any idea. I don't know anything about it. First of all, let me ask you this question.
Sure.
How do you do, I mean, just assuming we're talking about doing this kind of a show that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
How do you set it up? Where do you feed the audio to? Where does it go through? How do you do phones? How do you do all of these things that we do?
Well, it's already set up. In other words, we're already streaming.
It's already set up, but it's going through the radio station and then back out onto the Internet.
Right. You just need a board and you pipe it into the Internet yourself. Exactly the same way that the radio station does it. You just do it yourself with your own little mini board there, plugged into your computer.
Really?
Yeah.
And what about the phone? You don't take calls?
You have your own phone system, and you can even do it with an Internet-based phone system like Vonage, for example. Not that they're the only outfit, but you can do it that way. Not that I've been doing a little bit of research.
I just heard that tinkle on your phone.
Yeah, well, I've been getting a lot of texts since I've been on there.
WQAM, hello.
Oh, yes. How you doing? George, it's very good to hear you on the air.
Yeah, says you.
It's very good to hear you. Neil, I want to go tell you, enjoy your vacation. And you mentioned something about that you have, like diabetes and all that.
Yes.
Trust me when I tell you, take 1 teaspoon a day of cinnamon.
Yeah, okay. There we go with that crap again. Take some vinegar, take some cinnamon, a teaspoon a day of cinnamon. Do you know how much that is?
No.
It's a lot. I mean, I like cinnamon just fine, but a teaspoon is a lot.
That's fine.
Remember we were talking 100 years ago about how cinnamon will control your blood sugar, all that crap. When your blood sugar is out of control and just really sky high like mine's been for a long time, you got to do something about it.
Boca Brian wrote a bit about it.
Huh?
He wrote a bit about it.
Who wrote a bit about it?
Boca, about a spoonful of cinnamon.
How's he doing, by the way?
Fine. I haven't seen him much. Saw him once. Yeah. Well, I don't deliver his checks anymore.
No, they're in the mail. Oh, you mean from there?
Yeah.
He already got his big quarterly check from me, so you think he'd be there to buy you a few dinners and stuff.
Lee bought me lunch. We just need a fork now.
Lee bought you lunch and you've got food there in the studio?
Yeah. I'm going to smear it all over the board.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Got some feta cheese. I'm going to get in all the little cracks here in between
Where
the
did he
keys and
buy
the
it from?
keyboard.
We can't say, though, huh?
From
You
Tony's.
better not say it or they might fire you, George.
He paid for it. I saw money exchanging hands, yeah. From Tony's.
Woo.
Tony's Pizza, 193rd and 441? Really great.
Careful now.
Really great pizza.
Let's see. Here's one that says, how to make money on the Internet. John Boy and Billy and Bob and Tom now make you pay to listen to their shows on the Internet. I miss the funny noises, it says. Geo says.
How much?
What does that mean?
I mean, how do you pay? Like, what, 99 cents a podcast?
I don't know. I guess you have to put your credit card in there. And oh, boy, a lot of bookkeeping and stuff like that involved. See, one thing when you're working for like a salary, it's a sure thing. You know how much it's supposed to be every 2 weeks?
Right.
But with this, it's kind of like, oh, well, maybe this week, 1,000 people are listening, and maybe next week like 300. And especially starting a pay-per-listen service during these times, during a depression, probably not a brilliant idea. So this other person is impersonating Walter Sabo, trying to peddle us Internet radio crap.
Nice.
I mean, it would be fine. I mean, no censorship. You can all the language you want.
Sure. Might even be able to say, dude. Hey,
yeah.
I never got the station in trouble.
Yeah, but when you were working, we had dump buttons that worked.
Right.
How'd you like to be working when there are two and neither one of them works? Well, we don't want to rehash that.
No, let's not.
Lanny in Kendall says, I've been listening to your show off and on since you were hosting guests on WKAT, having followed you through various stations. You must have enough money to retire. No, I don't. Why do you want to do this for 4.5 more years? You should go, now listen to this. You should go snowboarding on Mount McKinley or wherever the hell they have in Canada. Can you see me going snowboarding?
Oh, right now. I'm picturing it now.
Now that I think about it, there must be lower power portable transmitters from which you could broadcast while on the slopes. Can't you just picture it? No, I cannot picture it. Yeah, me on the slopes.
Oh, boy.
Crazy people.
Do I miss these fake emails or what?
Yeah. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, can I talk to Neil?
Speaking.
Hey, Neil. Subscription-based website. Check out gspn.tv. The guy has 2,000 people who pay $10 a month, and it's all paid in advance.
Yeah.
That's an example of it, yeah. It's not by the day, it's by the month.
GSPN what?
.tv or something like that?
I don't know. He vanished before I could get the thing
I'm sure
back.
you could Google stuff like that.
GSPN?
Yeah.
Well, what is GSPN?
I don't know.
I don't either. WQAM, hello. QAM.
They're there.
Well, someday I'm going to punch up one of these and they'll answer right away. I don't think since Monday I've had one call that I've punched it up and right away they responded. Not
that's
one.
nothing new.
WQAM, hello.
I want George back.
Yeah, except that. QAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm a little miffed today.
About?
Well, I mean, why can't George go on Career Builder or Monster like the rest of us that are out of work? He's got to get a prime, spot with you.
That's right.
What's
That's
the
right.
deal?
Because I'm better than you, that's why.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to, boy, it sure is nice to hear you, George. Boy,
Right,
we missed
yeah.
you and yada, yada, yada.
I'm
and
special
how
and you're not.
And
That's
what can
why.
we do for you? Can we bring you a bunch of free food and like that? What's he doing there on the prime spot?
That's right.
Right.
I'm good, and you're bad, and that's why, I get this.
Because you're a
don't.
jackass, sir. You're an idiot. You're an imbecile. You're a simpleton. You're a loser. John says, mentioned in my last email that Lee is doing okay, but it sure is great to hear George today. Hope you are okay, George. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Thanks for answering my email from the past, George. Happy vacation, Neil. John in Oakland Park. Do you know John in Oakland Park?
No, not personally.
He knows you. Well, I guess you answered his emails.
Yeah, sure. I answer everybody's emails. If they're worth answering.
Well, now I can understand how you do it, because now you've got time. But, I mean, before, how could you do that?
I'm a multi-talented, multitasky kind of guy.
Evidently. WQAM, hello.
You're my friend.
QAM, hello. QAM.
And I do a lot of that stuff from home, too.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Well, I just want to tell you, don't know what you're missing until it's gone. So I'm glad to hear you guys back together again. No, that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, you're sweet.
Well, he sounded really, I don't know, very serious. Robert says, hi, Neil and George. George, it's great to hear you again. You are missed. Could you please explain to us, Rubes, what exactly is Ding Dong School?
You'd have to. It's from Howdy Doody, isn't it?
Yeah. No, Ding Dong School was a show. It was on after Howdy Doody.
Oh, okay.
With Francis Horowitz.
See, the first time I heard that term is you would make fun of Rick and Suds and Mike Ranieri and the fact that they would have to sit in with Boy Gary so that
for Ding Dong School
tell them how to do a radio show.
Right.
Which we all
Ding Dong School was a show in the early days of TV with a fat teacher lady named Francis Horowitz. Also, Neil, what if you worked... See, this is the kind of people we got out there, goofballs. What if you worked Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday during the summer, since you'd still have a 4-day weekend every week? Just a thought. It's a bad thought, Robert, okay? It's not going to happen. The answer is no thanks. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, okay? It says I'm supposed to be here Tuesday and Thursday for certain dates, and that's when I'm going to be here. And we've been doing that for years. For years. Boz says, this is compelling radio. Welcome back, George, at least for old time's sake. Would George go to Clear Channel and do right-wing hate with pro-God talk? That would be compelling.
No.
And then it says, good luck, George. Why not? You wouldn't sell out like Jimmy Syphilitic?
No.
Don't hear from her anymore. But you're right about the fakes. That's all crap, all these emails. You're right about that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I really was under the impression that at least a couple of the fakers were using fake names to disguise their identity because they actually worked somewhere or knew someone who did.
Well, I know Hawk Mark is for real. I know it's him.
If you say so.
Oh, I think so. And Ron Brewer has been emailing frantically the last couple of days. Please, good buddy, Ron Brewer.
Uh-huh.
Yesterday during the Marlin game, was Ron and Paul Day at the ballpark. So the seats were all $10. You could have gone bowling in most of the stands. But at any rate, so Ron and Paul were there, and my luck, I just turned on a game on TV just in time in between innings to see Rich Waltz with Ron and Paul.
Great.
Castronova looks like Fat Rich and Highboy put together. Huge, humongous. They must have stuck the same bicycle pump in his rectum that they stuck in Henry Barrows.
Oh!
Ballooned up to new heights. So it's old Ron and Fat Paul. And they got big numbers, baby. They got 85 shares.
South Florida Sports Leader, 560 QAM.
Right now, the Home Depot has a Ryobi One Plus starter kit for just $89. Save $20 and get an 18-volt cordless drill, circular saw, 2 rechargeable batteries, a 1-hour charger, and a bag to keep it all in. Holes will be drilled and boards will be cut with a Ryobi One Plus starter kit for just $89. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only through June 22nd while supplies last. See store for details.
You're listening to South Florida's sports leader.
South Florida's sports leader.
Where Joe Rose happens.
I'm ready to go. I've had enough coffee for you, your family, and myself.
Sometimes I say stupid things.
Wow, she is really pretty.
Oh, shh. That was dumb.
The Big Dog. Weekday mornings, 6 to 10.
Holy smokerooskies.
560 QAM. You're listening to South Florida's sports leader.
South Florida's sports leader.
Where Orlando Alzagari happens.
I'm not a big Angelina fan. She's a pretty woman. She's from the Middle East. She's got Iraq.
Waist down. She's got no body, no booty, no shape.
The Big O. Afternoons 2 to 4. 560 QAM.
Tune in and turn it up. This afternoon from 4 to 7, it's the Mad Dog, Jim Mandich, on South Florida's sports leader, 560 QAM. QAM 360. What to do and where to go.
Join WQAM today from 5 until 7 at the Pines Hooters for a Dog Days of Summer party. Come out to get registered to become a lucky dog and for a shot at that $300,000 house. All that and QAM prizes, too. Hooters located on the southeast corner of Pines and University in Pembroke Pines.
For more information on these and all other promotions and appearances, log on to WQAM.com. Log on to WQAM.com and check out Strip Down Sports. It's hot chicks getting naked. Almost naked. Get Out of Bounds, a collection of videos with one goal, to make you laugh. It's the next best thing to hot chicks taking their clothes off. Well, most of their clothes. 560 QAM.
WQAM, the Hard Rock Cafe and the Daily Bread Food Bank are teaming up to do some good for the neighborhood. And we need your help.
All this week, we'll be conducting an on-air auction of sports and music memorabilia, with the proceeds benefiting the Daily Bread Food Bank, which feeds the South Florida homeless.
With today's economy, more and more families are finding themselves in dire need.
Tune into the Big Dog for sports-related items, like a Dan Marino autographed football, and to the Big O for some great rock items, including a Motley Crue autographed guitar.
It's a charity Rock and Jock Week on Sports Radio 560.
WQAM.
The dog days of summer are here. This is your chance to become a lucky dog, which could land you a $300,000 doghouse.
That means a badass home, not a place for Sparky to chill in. QAM's giving you 3 ways to get registered to become one of 100 lucky dogs. Online at WQAM.com, on location during Dog Day appearances, and on air. Just listen for the barking dog cue to call. When you hear it, be caller 5 at 800-227-0560. And you're automatically registered. Plus, keep it locked for special Dog Day parties with the big dog Joe Rose and the mad dog Jim Mandich. It's the QAM Dog Days of Summer from Hooters, the original American stimulus package. Calder Racecourse, the future of racing. Eastern Financial Florida Credit Union, where high mortgage payments are down for the count. Mike Ditka Resorts, where Florida scores vacations. And Sports Radio 560 QAM.
This is a football town.
And this is your football station.
South Florida sports leader, 560 QAM.
It's Friday, you bastard.
This is so boring.
What's better than a live radio show every morning on TV? Well, just about anything. But that hasn't stopped MSNBC from teaming up with radio's original bad boy, who now looks like a nasty old lady.
Listen, Bernie.
Imus.
Tell that intern this coffee sucks.
Yes, every morning, see Imus listen to a tape of other people's comedy bits, live on the air.
I need a hammer to bite into this muffin. Somebody give me a fresh one, please. Thank you.
See his wild behind-the-scenes antics.
Hey, listen to me, stupid. I am the I-Man. You are the walrus. Cuckoo-ca-choo. Now get me some fresh coffee or you're fired.
Imus. He's irreverent.
So, what's the deal with the Pope?
He's topical.
So, what's the deal with this Watergate race?
He's incoherent.
I'll tell you what, that, is it double repentant? What the hell is it? I don't know.
He's
Imus and he's boring.
And he's only on MSNBC, a cable channel nobody watches, and a bunch of AM radio stations nobody listens to.
And when somebody gets some fresh jingle,
it's Imus.
119 at 560 WQAM. The Dow's down 10 points. It ain't doing much today. It's not moving much. Adam sends me a caustic email. Adam's from New York, though, so it's to be expected. Subject is why.
Why?
You ready?
I'm ready.
I moved down from New York years ago, was told you were the cream of the crop here. To be honest, I'm an avid sports fan and was a WFAN listener. But my favorite show on the fan was Imus, and he's not even a sports host. That's why I was intrigued by you on WQAM. Admittedly, I listen to Joe Rose and Little Mandich, but those guys don't compare to the guys up there. No, everything in New York is better than any place else, of course.
It's official, isn't it?
Oh, yes. As for your sure, whatever that means, I'm baffled by the so-called success you enjoyed in the past. Usually I can repeat something funny or memorable from my favorite shows. I can't recall being able to ever do that after listening to you. I don't even know who Jim Bell is, nor do I care. George sucks, and he's light years better than the new guy. I still listen to you, but I don't know why. Oh. Mm-hmm. Your references are dated, and most days you bring nothing to the table. I guess there's nothing else on down here, so you can maintain some semblance of an audience. I personally would like to see someone younger and hungrier who talks more about topics than the fat checks they get deposited every few weeks. One can only hope, says Adam. Well, thanks for listening, Adam. This is a guy who's a big Imus fan. It's a Tell you everything you need to know. QAM, hello. Okay, that was the last of our compelling calls. QAM, hello.
Hey, this is Neil.
What?
What?
Is this Neil?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just calling to say it sounds so good to hear George again.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that he's back. I wish he was back.
He's not back.
I'm visiting.
They're just visiting. But are they going to plan to have another gathering, like at Hard Rock again, so that people can come and worship him?
No. But
no,
if I do something like that, I'll
that was your one chance.
I'll post it on the website. I don't have yet. Hey, come on, Eric. He said he was going to put a website up there so that I could put a blog and update people about what's going on and everything. But it exists in name only so far.
Okay, yeah. Well, y'all want to know what's going on with you, and it's hard to find out. I know
Nothing
Neil
yet.
talks about you, but if we miss it, it really sucks. We want to stay in touch with you, George, and hope you get back on the radio very soon.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Wow. She was a little scratchy, wasn't she?
A little bit.
Now, how do these phones sound to you? I'm not talking about the content. I'm talking about the technical quality.
They sound great, actually.
They do?
Sure.
Not on this end.
Everything sounds much better in here. I think it might be, new microphone, new board. Right. I'm wearing headphones. Nice ones.
Did you hear, I don't know if you were listening when Flea was discussing what Fix-It found about the technical problems we were having earlier in the week?
No.
About the sound of the waves and all the crashing. It was unlistenable in Dade County.
What, when the two transmitters were going at the same time?
Yeah, you heard that.
Yeah.
They had two transmitters on at the same time.
Hey, that ought to make it twice as good.
And, of course, obviously, one was a little bit off frequency on one side of the band, and the other, that's probably what the deal was. Anyway, Chef Sparky says, tell George it's great to hear you on the radio again. Hey, it's great to hear you on the radio again, George.
Thank you.
Sounds like you guys didn't miss a beat. George, I can't wait for you to get your own show so we can hear what you really think of that whole goofball operation and their handling of you and Neil and even Flea.
They're great.
That's because he doesn't have a severance check yet. George, I've been curious to know if you kicked either Clarence or Jolly Joe or both in the nuts that they let you go.
Nah.
George, what's the best way to stay tuned to you? By email or MySpace or Facebook or George@NeilRogers.com. Thanks and good luck. By the way, I just emailed. I forwarded another email to you about satellite or about internet radio.
Take their pick. I'm answering everything. I'm answering my email, the George@NeilRogers.com, my MySpace, whatever.
Well, they're hot to trot to get you on internet radio, however that works.
Yeah, I would love to know how it works.
John in Hallandale Beach says, I thought I woke up from a bad dream when I heard George. To my dismay last month, has been a reality. It made my day to hear George. I'm looking forward to Ding Dong School. Don't let these people know that when they mess with Neil God, you always lose. It's Friday, you bastards. Have a great vacation, Neil. George, get a job, you lazy spick. Best of luck to George. I'll listen wherever you go. John in Hallandale Beach.
Thanks, John.
That's sweet. Thank you so much, John. Andy in Weston says, I'm ashamed they let go of George. He's ashamed. They ought to be ashamed. Hearing him now makes us realize how much he's missed. WFTL will make a big mistake if they don't put George on. Between 6:40 and 8:50, they should be able to find a slot for George. Let's hope it happens. Did you know that one of your old sidekicks from Zeta days, Dave Caprita, is now working with Randy Rhodes on her show? If he can get a gig, George can. Love you, Neil, Andy, and Weston. Caprita's working with a goddess?
How about that?
I don't understand how that works. What's that all about?
How about that?
No, seriously, what does that mean? He's doing what?
I don't know. Voices?
Announcing? Does voices?
Didn't he?
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
He does his own.
Mike says, super stoked to hear George. George mentioned the possibility he's going to DJ for the club scene. Ask George what genre of techno he's playing.
Dance, trance, a little bit of a dubstep, something modern. I'm thinking of dabbling with some noise, and I want to surprise some people with some old school stuff when they're least
George should do a local techno show late Saturdays or something. Have a great vacation, Neil. Mike. Thanks, Mike. Manny from Acapulco is back. By the way, Manny Munoz is the one that was sending all those Jimmy Syphilis ones.
Yes,
sure.
I heard that.
Did you hear that?
And I think it's true.
Oh, and by the way, I know that you debated it, although Flea has vacillated back and forth. He's positive that long, hostile, psychotic email that I forwarded you was from the real P.D. Lenny, even though he denies it.
Okay.
And he got called in on the carpet for it, too, by the way.
Well, crazy people. Good guy.
Exactly.
Good
crazy
guy, crazy
people
person.
have their moments of craziness, and I'm pretty damn sure he said all that. Have you ever seen anything like that in your life?
Yeah. Working on this show. We get a lot of emails like that.
Not like that one.
Well, not all pink.
With
pink font.
Big, crazy capital letters. And Flea says that's how he sends all his emails. With lots of big capital letters and screaming and yelling and hollering.
Nevertheless, he's been very helpful to me.
Well, that's good. I still think he's a crazy person.
Well, me too.
The fake Phil in Pompano says, great to hear you again, George. No disrespect to Flea, but I, for one, miss you guys on the air together. Hope you land in a good and prosperous place. George, mucho gusto, says fake Phil in Pompano.
Thanks, Phil.
Mucho gusto.
See. And I'm even cleaning up after myself over here.
Oh, my God. Fake fleas are now sending me in this stuff. Cut the crap.
Well, I did see him tapping away over here on his BlackBerry, so maybe that's the real Flea.
Paul in North Miami Beach says, to change the subject, want to laugh? Mickey Katz was a Yiddish comedian in the late 50s who spoofed popular songs in the day in Yiddish. Yeah, I know. I used to play his stuff on the air. You have to hear his rendition of Davy Crockett, David Crockett. Go to YouTube. No, I'm not going to go to YouTube. I'm not going to type in anything. I heard those before you were born, Paul, in North Miami Beach. Oh, my God. Mickey Katz was the father of Joel Gray and the grandfather of Jennifer Gray, a talented mishpocha. Well, what does that have to do with anything, Mickey Katz? 7-14 on the poll. Didn't we decide that was Quaaludes or something else? Remember we used to have that debate, what drug 7-14 was on?
Right.
Quaaludes.
No,
What's your take on the show? I miss George, 255, 36%. I love the calls being back, 86. Yeah, they're special. It's fine, 78. It's okay, 72. It's great, 57. It's weak, 54. What show, 46. It's compelling, 43. It's a disaster, 23.
Oh, Neil! You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go again.
On South Florida's Sports Leader, 560 QAM 360. What to do and where to go.
Join WQAM Steve Goldstein and a Daily Bread Food Bank this Sunday from noon until 3 at the Hard Rock Cafe for Founders Day. We have teamed up to raise food for the South Florida homeless. And with today's economy, many families have found themselves in distress and in desperate need of help. Please bring canned food goods or money to the Hard Rock Cafe and help us do some good for the neighborhood. The Hard Rock Cafe is located inside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood.
For more information on these and all other promotions and appearances, log on to WQAM.com. Log on to WQAM.com and check out Strip Down Sports. It's hot chicks getting naked. Well, almost naked. Get Out of Bounds, a collection of videos with one goal, to make you laugh. It's the next best thing to hot chicks taking their clothes off. Well, most of their clothes. 560 QAM.
WQAM, the Hard Rock Cafe, and the Daily Bread Food Bank are teaming up to do some good for the neighborhood. And we need your help.
All this week, we'll be conducting an on-air auction of sports and music memorabilia, with the proceeds benefiting the Daily Bread Food Bank, which feeds the South Florida homeless.
With today's economy, more and more families are finding themselves in dire need.
Tune into the Big Dog for sports-related items, like a Dan Marino autographed football, and to the Big O for some great rock items, including a Motley Crue autographed guitar.
It's a charity Rock and Jock Week on Sports Radio 560.
WQAM. Local talk.
Expert analysis.
This is South Florida's Sports Leader. 560 QAM.
It's Friday, you bastard.
Well, she once was the Attorney General. You fairy. When she was in charge, it was business as usual. She's one tough woman, and let me tell you, that's no bull. Or maybe she is. Well, now all of the Democrats are loving her. Ever since she said she might run for governor. Well, there's just one question I'd like to ask of her. Why do you shake, Janet Reno? 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 Well, you gotta lick a bush if you want to take control.
133, 27 till 2 at 560 WQAM. George has been with us for a long time today. Not long enough, though.
Well, I'm almost done with my project over here.
You are?
Want to do a little bit of a test?
Sure.
Yeah, name a song.
Name a song? How about, Conquistador by Procol Harum.
One moment, please. It's still scanning, so. Like, I got that. Could you be more vague?
What do you mean?
Well, that's a pretty vague song. I don't think it's found it yet. No,
How about Whiter Shade of Pale?
Nope, it hasn't gotten to the Procol Harums yet. So like I said, I still got work to do. A lot of stuff in here, though, already.
Yeah, and
so, I'm going off mic. And so when you're looking for songs, Flea can play them now. Or will be able to. Oh, you got it. Yeah, right.
Change?
Yes, it is.
Conquistador? Well, at any rate, nobody's perfect, even Procol Harum. I like them a lot, though.
Me too.
And they... Huh?
Me too.
They were like a flash. The Dow's down 13.5 points. There's that little kid again getting the excuse from school from El Presidente. I'm sure you've seen that 100 times, right?
Right.
Please excuse her from school. She's with me, Barack Obama, etc. 725 votes on the poll. And so far, you are just kicking ass. Although these calls, I'll be honest with you, I'm getting like a heart murmur from trying to work the phones here on this setup. It gives me spilkies because they just, like now, you see line 1 will ring? 2 through 6, 2 through 7 will never ring. Well, 6 does, isolated. WQAM, hello.
I hear voices.
Uh-huh. WQAM, hello.
Hey.
He was fairly quiet until you showed up. Yes, sir.
George.
Yeah.
You know those CDs with the old skits on them and different sounds and stuff?
Yeah.
You still have those?
I got a couple.
How do I get a hold of them?
I don't know. How much you offer?
You don't.
Excuse me?
$100. I need money. I'm unemployed. I'm selling them out of the back.
I can call my nephew and get copies, you know what I mean?
Okay, well, call your nephew and get copies and get out of our face. How do I get this? How are you going to send me that?
Right.
You're going to give me this? Here's a guy that's unemployed, that's got a family to feed, and we got people calling, schnorring around for CDs and crap. Jesus, God, what a crowd. I just can't believe it. And all these people giving me instructions about how I should have done this and I should do that and blah, blah, blah. And in the meantime, I don't see them bringing you a new car.
Nope.
I don't see them driving up with a new car and a big bag full of money of 50s and 100s.
No, they're not.
And when they had that bash for you at the Hard Rock, I mean, you would have thought that some people would have brought you something, I don't know, some checks or something.
A little something.
Right. Did they?
No.
Nothing?
Oh, drugs.
Oh, well, forget about that.
I mean, I went through them really quickly.
I'm sure of that. Bring them some new drugs, okay?
Sure. More.
Crying out loud. WQAM, hello.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Hey, George, good to hear your voice.
Good to hear yours, too.
Billy from Shula's.
Oh, hey, Billy.
I just wanted to get your email. Was that still George at neilrogers.com?
That works.
That's it.
Jorge?
C.
So, once again?
Yes.
Okay. My offer still stands if you want to come in for dinner.
Okay, great.
I'll email you so you know it's legit.
Okay.
Thanks, Billy.
Take care.
All right, lining up some free meals here.
That's what you ought to be doing, taking the whole family for free dinners. I mean, it's one thing if you're working and you have no shame. I don't want to mention any names in the business, people who snore for free food, like Bert and Jax would long out of business. Mm-hmm. But at any rate, when you're not working and you got no paycheck coming in, now what about unemployment? How fast did that start coming?
I'll let you know when I get it.
You haven't got it yet?
No.
My Social Security showed up again, let's see, Wednesday. Every month like clockwork, on the second Wednesday of the month, it shows up in my account. Isn't that exciting? Not a lot.
No?
No, not enough to live off of. Not enough to buy you a car.
Oh, well.
How's that car coming, by the way? The one that Joe promised you, looked you in the eye and said, we're going to work on that now, George, just before we fire you.
Drives like a dream.
Remember what I told you way back 3.5 years ago?
Yep.
Was I right?
Yeah, you were.
I told you. I may not bat 100%. Even Ty Cobb and Baby Ruth never batted 1,000, But I got a pretty good batting average when it comes to sniffing out the swill. Sniffing out the swill. If you cared about the show, you'd work more in the summer. Blah, 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 blah. You do. Does the term emotional cripple come to mind? It sure comes to mind.
Oh, Neil.
listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go again.
On South Florida's Sports Leader, 560 QAM.
Hi, I'm Jack Studiali, and we're celebrating 60 years in business at Tropical Acres Steakhouse with 2 great weeknight specials that will be worth going out for. One for the beef lover and one for the seafood lover. Our famous prime rib at $13.95 and twin Maine lobsters at $17.95. It's always top quality at Tropical Acres on Griffin Road, half-mile west of I-95. Go to tropicalacres.com or call 954-989-2500. Come on over and let us thank you for 60 years in business.
QAM 360. What to do and where to go.
Join WQAM today from 5 until 7 at the Pines Hooters for a Dog Days of Summer party. Come out to get registered to become a lucky dog and for a shot at that $300,000 house. All that and QAM prizes too. Hooters located on the southeast corner of Pines and University and Pembroke Pines.
For more information on these and all other promotions and appearances, log on to WQAM.com.
The dog days of summer are here. This is your chance to become a lucky dog, which could land you a $300,000 doghouse.
That means a badass home, not a place for Sparky to chill in. QAM's giving you 3 ways to get registered to become one of 100 lucky dogs. Online at WQAM.com, on location during dog day appearances, and on air. Just listen for the barking dog cue to call. When you hear it, be caller 5 at 800-227-0560. And you're automatically registered. Plus, keep it locked for special dog day parties with the big dog Joe Rose and the mad dog Jim Mandich. It's the QAM Dog Days of Summer from Hooters, the original American stimulus package. Calder Racecourse, the future of racing. Eastern Financial Florida Credit Union, where high mortgage payments are down for the count. Mike Ditka Resorts, where Florida scores vacations. And Sports Radio 560 QAM.
We inherited this business from our father.
Who got it from his father?
We needed an emergency preparedness plan in case of fire, cyber attack,
or anything.
So we went to ready.gov and got free checklists, templates, and more to be prepared. Thanks to ready.gov, we worry less about keeping Rizzo and Sons in business.
Only it should be Rizzo and Grandsons.
And granddaughter.
Right.
Go to ready.gov for details on creating an emergency preparedness plan. Becoming a success is hard work. Protecting it isn't. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Ad Council, and this station.
Thank you, and we're back. You know, when it comes to fighting crime, he's never going to roll over. He's McGruff the crime dog.
Roll over. You're okay, Joy.
Thanks.
And I got 2 words to make your neighborhood safer.
Uh-huh.
Coffee cake.
Ah, the old poison coffee cake trick. The crook takes a bite, falls down to the ground.
No, it's for your neighbors.
You want to poison your neighbors?
No, never.
Oh, thank goodness.
No, for 25 years, I've been giving tips about preventing crime. One of them is to invite people over for a cup of coffee and share the problems you see on your street and what to do about them.
That's great.
You can invite your local police officer to help, too.
I'd come to your doghouse for coffee cake in a safer neighborhood.
You can cut down on crime by not just locking your door, but opening up to your neighbors.
Still, a 10-pound bunt cake dropped on a bad guy's foot could help.
It couldn't hurt. And going to weprevent.org for other tips could help, too.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Hey, how you doing? Educational videos, top quality, right here.
You'll never hear anyone selling education on the street. But with free family learning programs, you can get the education you need. Call 1-877-FAMLIT1 for information on free learning programs. 1-877-FAMLIT1.
Check it out, check it out. With your GED right here, guaranteed, Ma. Come on, check it out.
Free family learning programs from the National Center for Family Literacy. Brought to you by the National Center for Family Literacy and the Ad Council.
We have Joe Rose, we have Jim Mandich, and we have Kim Bocampbell.
A football town, your football station.
And South Florida's sports leader.
560 QAM.
Neil God.
Looking to play with poop, but not wanting to shut down your local light rail system? Try Poop Dough. From the makers of Play-Doh, Poop Dough brings the fecal fun once enjoyed only by psychotic homeless people to the comfort of your home. You can bounce it down the floor like a ball and follow the brown dots to find it. Or flatten it out, press it on a newspaper, and watch the image disappear in a defecate smear. It's endless fun for everyone.
I need a snake.
Poop Dough. It's Fecal-licious. Available in 3 colors: Backdoor Brown, Dysentery Dirt, and Montezuma's Revenge.
Okay, 17 till 2. I never had any fecal fun. I mentioned that to Flea on Monday.
You don't do
ever
what
had any
to
fecal fun? I guess I missed out. That part of my life.
No, I just don't know how to have fun, apparently.
Oh. Ron says, great to hear George. Pay him for his visit. Give him your Woodbine money, you degenerate gambling schmuck.
Just the winnings, not the losings.
Oh, boy. Didn't have any winnings last night. In fact, I would rather have written you the check for how much I lost last night. It was a bad night. I was winning, and I didn't leave. When you get greedy and you don't leave, that's a bad mistake.
Yeah.
That's the key to success.
That's how you lose.
Is knowing when to leave. Like in Owning Mahoney. Remember he had the table filled with all those chips?
Right.
And the black kid was telling him, you better leave now, mister, whatever his name was. Was his name Mahoney?
I think so. Coincidence?
Yeah. And he didn't leave, and he lost it all and then some more. That's a good movie. You're the one that turned me on to that.
That's right. It was good.
Now, did you ever see The Neighbor with Rod Serling?
Yeah, we talked about that before.
I keep saying that. Rod Steiger.
We talked about that before.
We did?
Yeah.
Flea hasn't seen it. No, nobody in the audience has seen it. And I'm just, every time it's on the cable, I can't stop watching it. I think it's a good flick, and he's just great in there. And you didn't like Doubt?
I didn't. You know how I have an issue with the movies and endings, and it's got to have one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't leave me hanging.
Yeah.
I thought it was really great until they didn't resolve the ending.
I have doubt.
I had doubt that I saw him.
That's the idea. You're supposed when the movie is over, you're still supposed to wonder, gee, I wonder if he really did it.
Yeah, well, when I meet the director, I'll kick him in the nuts for not finishing the movie for me. I don't want questions at the end of a movie. I want answers.
Oh, here's Old Man Bush parachuting again, and the damn thing it opened.
Good night, and thank you.
Oh, my God. George Herbert Walker parachuting again. Maybe he's got a death wish. His son sure had a death wish for the country and for the world, I'll tell you that. Fershke is back. You know Fershke?
Yep.
She came and saw you at the Hard Rock.
She was sweet.
Was she?
Yes.
Says, hi, Neil and George. Wanted to say how nice it is to hear George again. It was really nice meeting him at the Hard Rock party. Hope he gets a show soon. He deserves it. Just thought I would throw my 2 cents in. We were discussing earlier the origin of the expression 2 cents.
Yeah, I heard that.
It was still indeterminate. A British thing, you know. Anything that's like goofy and makes no sense, it's probably British. So anyway, you were saying about Manny Munoz. You heard that he was the one who was sending all that Jimmy Syphilis crap?
Yeah, cutting and pasting other people's pictures, pretending to be other people, all of these things.
Yeah, well, we know he's that kind of person. Maybe he's the one that sent the P.D. Lenny thing.
Could be.
He's crazy enough to orchestrate some crap like that. Anyway, Manny from Acapulco, Armando Canas Ferrin says,
Yeah.
Hey, Neil, what kind of idiots would accept you working 2 days out of the week and paying you for 5? If I were Joe Bell, I'd tell you you're only going to get paid for the days you work, and your pay will be docked every time you're out sick. The summer schedule of yours is a slap in the face of your loyal audience. Oh, yeah. And if you think you have low ratings now, just wait till you get back from the summer schedule of yours. You'll need a microscope to find them. My, how the mighty have fallen. Sad, says Manny from Acapulco. Oh, it's so sad. What am I going to do? I'm doing okay. And George evidently is doing okay either, in spite of it all.
I got about another month before I have to start panhandling on the corner there, before my reserves run out. Well, the severance check, once I get that, that'll give me some more time.
Now, how many weeks did they give you? Can I ask?
2 months.
2 months?
Yeah. That was all part of my contract.
Your pay scale, that should keep you going another day or two.
That's right. I'm a big spender.
Wow. So he came in and shook your hand, the jolly one.
Twice now. Twice? Yeah, he came back for more.
And said what?
That I can come back and work for free anytime I want.
So it's not your work that you didn't like, it's the pay.
It's how much I was getting paid, which,
right.
Yeah, nobody's gotten that right yet.
Oh, this thing from the fake flea, I don't... Oh, I never got around to this. Ex-NBC anchor Joel Conable sues the station over termination. There you go. Former WTVJ NBC6 anchor Joel Conable has sued the station, claiming it breached his employment contract by firing him for a pretextual and non-material reason. Conable's lawsuit, filed last week in Broward Circuit Court, alleges his termination came after he had planned a brief vacation with some co-workers at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. In an interview, Conable said the trip was arranged by his producer. A hotel representative offered to comp their rooms, Conable said, but he immediately emailed the hotel to say they couldn't accept because it would violate station policy. Conable instead gave his personal credit card information to pay for the room charges, the suit says, but he later canceled the vacation to avoid any appearance of impropriety on his part, though NBC didn't advise him of any such improprieties. Conable was fired April 27, about a week after he planned to go on the trip. His suit seeks unspecified damages. NBC never made it especially clear why I was fired. He said they just said I violated company policy. He added his contract required he be notified in writing for any alleged breach of the contract. How do you like that? Lawsuit. Greg, it's a suit. It's a suit. Remember those days?
I sure do. Sure miss those days.
Oh, boy, could we write a book?
So anyway, just to give you an update, my project is complete except for the Media Monkey scanning all the files into the library. So Lee will have the ability to play pretty much anything that you can name. And
now, what's he been doing this whole time that you've been on?
Well, he's been sitting here. He's been taking care of a lot of business. He's been getting a lot of work done. He got me lunch.
From Tony's? Oh, I can't say that.
Why not? We paid.
Oh, that's right. He paid for it.
He paid for it. That's right.
Oh. Well, we can say it then. Tony's over there on up the street.
193rd and 441.
John says, hope you enjoy your vacation and we'll miss you when you're not on the air. Do I spell your sidekick's name Flea with an E or with an A? However you want.
E.
Can't stand people with those phony names.
Oh, God.
He's cool and your show still rules for me. If you go to Florida, hope you get a $1,000 spin on Hard Rock Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, good luck. When you go to Woodbine, hope you get 9 quick hits with maximum bet. P.S. Bilka Bryan's song did air the words D-bag, but I would just tell Joyce that it was Manfred Mann and the word was deuce. It was deuce bag. Have a fun summer, Neil, and thanks, says John in Oakland Park. Thanks, John. And LeBastard continues trying desperately to, suck me into a radio war.
Radio war.
Oh, that's right. I can't talk about that because you might wind up working over there.
They're great.
Oh, so did you bond with Stu Gotts when you went over there?
We haven't run into each other yet, but we've spent a good amount of time on the phone. We were always friends when he was working here. We never had a bad moment.
When he was working there and he didn't belong on the air there like he doesn't belong on the air over there?
In any event,
yes.
We've always stayed friendly, and he's big in favor of me going over there. As a matter of fact, he's my biggest ally in the building right now.
Really? Stu Gotts?
Yep.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Or maybe.
Nick says, just tuned in, heard George's voice. How wonderful. Flea's okay. So in other words, Flea's okay, but he ain't no you.
Okay.
Here's one that says, got so excited George is back for a visit that I brushed the cobwebs off the phone. Tried for 2 hours to make my first call to the show in 10 years. No success. But I'm still squeezing it anyway in the phone, too. Yeah, these phones are just totally screwed up, as you've noticed how spastic they are.
Yeah. What else is new?
All the best, George. You sound fine today and in good spirits. Please try to get that website blog up so our schleppers can keep track of how it be going. The Chronic and Cocoa. That's Russell. Remember Russell?
Yep.
How could you forget? Oh, yeah. Here's some advice, some gambling advice from Mr. Highlight. Don't lose your ass on vacation. And remember, max credits. Hope you have a job to come back to. Yeah, I'll be here. Of course, I was mentioning to Flea before that when you go away on vacation, that's in this business, that's very often when the hanky-panky goes on behind the scenes.
That's right.
When people go on vacation.
That's when they'll replace you with Stu, what's his name?
Stu Gotts? Stu, what's his name?
Yeah. Oh, Drew, what's his name? The guy.
Drew Druzy.
Yeah.
What do you mean they replaced me?
Oh, isn't that how it works? You go on vacation?
I don't understand.
And they replace you with that guy.
With Druzy?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No!
Oh,
not that one.
Oh, Drew Rosenhaus.
Right.
He did a spot yesterday that's still going on Joe's show. He did a spot that if it wasn't for 100 minutes, I mean, it just went on, and then that was it. That was the end of the segment. Like this is the end of ours. Well, it's great having you back with us, even if it's only for a day. Do it again, please.
I might.
And I'll
when I
guarantee you they'll pay you maybe 3 or 4 times what they paid you today.
Want to be a sponsor of the George Rodriguez Show. Jorge at NeilRogers.com.
Okay. All the best.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go again.
On South Florida's Sports Leader. 560 QAM. Weekdays from 10 to 2. It's Neil Rogers.
Pick up line 11, Zach, if it's blinking in there. Starting to look like a movie star now is what I'm hearing. Is he? Is he starting to look like a movie star?
Well, I guess Dom DeLuise was a movie star, wasn't he?
Oh, wow, what a shot. That was good.
Neil Rogers is on South Florida's Sports Leader. 560 QAM.
You're listening to South Florida's Sports Leader.
South Florida's Sports Leader.
Where Joe Rose happens.
I'm ready to go. I've had enough coffee for you, your family, and myself. Sometimes I say stupid things. Stupid things. Wow, she is really pretty. Oh, shh. That was dumb.
The Big Dog. Weekday mornings, 6 to 10.
Holy smokerooskies.
560 QAM.
Jim Mandich is on.
South Florida's sports leader.
Late in a game, in the playoffs, a slight breeze sends Kobe to the line. He gets the calls. You got to go all the way back to Michael Jordan.
Weekday afternoons 4 to 7, 560 QAM. QAM 360. What to do and where to go.
Join WQAM Steve Goldstein and a Daily Bread Food Bank this Sunday from noon until 3 at the Hard Rock Cafe for Founders Day. We have teamed up to raise food for the South Florida homeless. And with today's economy, many families have found themselves in distress and in desperate need of help. Please bring canned food goods or money to the Hard Rock Cafe and help us do some good for the neighborhood. The Hard Rock Cafe is located inside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood.
For more information on these and all other promotions and appearances, log on to WQAM.com. Log on to WQAM.com and check out Strip Down Sports. It's hot chicks getting naked. Well, almost naked. Get Out of Bounds, a collection of videos with one goal, to make you laugh. It's the next best thing to hot chicks taking their clothes off. Well, most of their clothes. 560 QAM.
WQAM, the Hard Rock Cafe, and the Daily Bread Food Bank are teaming up to do some good for the neighborhood. And we need your help.
All this week, we'll be conducting an on-air auction of sports and music memorabilia, with the proceeds benefiting the Daily Bread Food Bank, which feeds the South Florida homeless.
With today's economy, more and more families are finding themselves in dire need.
Tune into the Big Dog for sports-related items, like a Dan Marino autographed football, and to the Big O for some great rock items, including a Motley Crue autographed guitar.
It's a charity Rock and Jock Week on Sports Radio 560.
WQAM.
The dog days of summer are here. This is your chance to become a lucky dog, which could land you a $300,000 doghouse.
That means a badass home, not a place for Sparky to chill in. QAM's giving you 3 ways to get registered to become one of 100 lucky dogs. Online at WQAM.com, on location during Dog Day appearances, and on air.
Just listen for the barking dog cue to call. When you hear it, be caller 5 at 800-227-0560. And you're automatically registered.
Plus, keep it locked for special Dog Day parties with the Big Dog Joe Rose and the Mad Dog Jim Mandich.
It's the QAM Dog Days of Summer from Hooters, the original American stimulus package. Calder Racecourse, the future of racing. Eastern Financial Florida Credit Union, where high mortgage payments are down for the count. Mike Ditka Resorts, where Florida scores vacations.
And Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Dimes are shiny and round. Nickels are also round.
This 28-year-old woman may sound a little strange to you and me, but to her 3-year-old daughter, she makes perfect sense.
Pennies are round, too.
They are. Dollars are rectangles.
I like dollars.
When you talk with your child, you build vocabulary, and learning starts long before school does. So follow their lead. Turn everyday moments into learning moments. For more tips, go to bornlearning.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Jim Mandich afternoon. And you're home of the Miami Dolphins.
Touchdown Dolphins! This is South Florida's sports leader.
Oh my gosh! 560 QAM.
It's Steve in Miami town at 560 WQAM.
Round on Queer Street. He has a house and garden. I would love to see what happens. Paints his toes and pets his monkey. Women's clothes make him look real funky. He has a whiz and knows what to do. He wants me and he wants you. He lives on Queer Street, near a store where all the creatures meet. I wonder what they're doing in there. He said he liked it just fine. If you knew Judy, like I know Judy. La 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 Yeah, the house and the hose.
Bye, bye, bye.
You're listening to South Florida Sports Radio.
560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, it's the Big O Show. Hey, it's the Big O Show. What is it? This not how the show in the business, is it? You know he be coming with the realness. Boom, boom, bop. Yeah, I ain't gonna feel this. Turn it up loud so the whole block can hear this. Big O, I think it's about time you let him know who's the hardest working man in the game. Let's go. Who got it unlocked with the latest news? Let's go. Ain't no other show that compares to the Big O.
Yeah, you better pound 5, 6, only TNT Verizon. Hit me on the hit, yo, Big O. Yeah, boy, what it do from the home of the geek to the city of the youth. If it ain't Big O, go and turn it off, man. That's right, I'm a fan of the Dolphins. And when you call in, betting on them all in. Big O on the report, and I'll be all in. Fly on in, fresh on out. Get them, tune on in, right on out. With them, if you don't know, this is Big O. Yet again, plus it's WQAM. This is a show for the home team. Represent on point, nothing less than 100%.
Jump pass up the side to Ariza, across to Florida Fisher. 7 seconds. Fisher a 3. Knocks it in with 4 seconds left. The Lakers' prayer answered. Fisher ties the game at 87. They throw into Fisher. A Game 4 thriller in Orlando and an NBA Finals classic tonight. The Lakers willing themselves to a win. They come back from 12 down at halftime. Derek Fisher with 2 of the biggest threes of his career. The Lakers win in overtime. And they are now 1 win away from a 15th World Championship. Final score in overtime, the Lakers 99 and the Orlando Magic 91.
We thought 11 seconds was too early, because especially the way we were shooting free throws tonight. But, you know, in retrospect, we gave him so much space to shoot the ball. I mean, we played like we were trying to prevent the layup. Well, I thought we did a good job. We denied Bryant the ball. Then we just didn't play Derek Fisher. We just didn't guard him.
Yeah, basically, Stan, just admit it, you screwed up as a coach. That's the bottom line. You didn't put your players in the right spot to win games, and that's why you end up losing. Jameer Nelson stays lazy, doesn't come out to meet Fisher in the three-pointer, and you don't challenge him. Bottom line, you had a foul to give when they were taking the ball full court. You failed to give that foul, shave off a few more seconds off that clock, make it that much more difficult for them to get a shot off where they have to hurry it up. You failed as a head coach. That's it. That's basically what happened yesterday when you watched that Magic game. Yes, can Dwight Howard make more free throws? Of course he can. By the way, what about the irony? Orlando saddled with another great center that can't make stinking free throws. I kind of find that amusing. And they did the right thing. Foul his ass, put him at the line, force him to make free throws. Obviously something he's not comfortable with. He's going to have to get better. I mean, Howard has gotten better throughout his short career so far, and he probably will get better as his career goes on. He probably will get better at free throws because he's going to give a crap about those free throws, unlike Shaq, who was completely defiant about the whole thing and kind of took a half-ass approach and even kind of laughed at his lack of free throw shooting abilities. But the bottom line, I have to say, Stan Van Gundy as a coach failed his team. That's it. There are times where he makes it. A couple of games ago, he calls the right play. Courtney Lee's there. Can't finish the play. I couldn't blame Stan then. But I have to take my shots here at this one. He failed as a coach. That's the bottom line. His team's now down 3-1 in this best-of-7 series. They've got no shot at winning this series. It's over. They're not winning 3 in a row against the Lakers. 32 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds for Kobe. And like I told you guys, it's the other guys that have to step up. Well, Gasol added 16 and 10, and Trevor Ariza, usually it's Lamar Odom, the enigma, the guy that is the one you need to complete that puzzle. And in the first 2 games when they won, and even in the last series when they won and closed it out, Odom was huge. Well, yesterday he wasn't. only had 9 points and 5 rebounds. Really didn't do a lot. But it was Trevor Ariza who stepped up in a big-time way, hit some big-time shots, had a huge third quarter, and gave up 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 steals. When Kobe has guys around him that are complimenting him, just like Jordan had, just like any of these great players, Magic needed help from Worthy and Kareem and Byron Scott and Mikhail Thompson and whoever the hell was around him. You always need some help. The superstar is not going to carry you all alone. Yes, we all give Jordan the credit for the 6 championships, but you're going to have to give Rodman and Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen and all these guys that were around them and Paxson and all these cats, you have to give them credit too because they made plays also when they were called upon. And yesterday, Derek Fisher steps up with a huge 3 to take it into the overtime, then hits another 3 in the overtime with, I think it was like 30 seconds left.
Kobe Bryant. The Los Angeles Lakers take on Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic.
Shot clock at 6. Bryant for 3. Puts it in. Kobe Bryant from downtown.
The NBA Finals can be heard right here on South Florida's sports leader.
560.
Kobe ducks around, takes flight, and stuffs it in.
QAM.
QAM 360. What to do and where to go.
Join WQAM today from 5 until 7 at the Pines Hooters for a Dog Days of Summer party. Come out to get registered to become a lucky dog and for a shot at that $300,000 house. All that and QAM prizes too. Hooters located on the southeast corner of Pines and University and Pembroke Pines.
For more information on these and all other promotions and appearances, log on to WQAM.com.
Play ball! Now pitching, Dave Black. Dave is about to catch his opponent.